today's video is going to be my final update on products that I tried to use up or hit pan on in the year of 2021. I'm telling you right now, I did not use up any foundations. I did not hit pan on any bronzers or highlighters. And I did not hit pan on any eyeshadows that I goaled myself to hit pan on. But I did use one eyeshadow up. So I didn't hit pan on any of the So Jaded eyeshadows, and I also didn't hit pan on any other eyeshadows that I goaled myself to hit pan on, or the Pixie by Petra summer like dewy highlighter duo. I didn't hit pan on that, and I also didn't hit pan on any bronzers that I goaled myself to use up. But I will show you guys the progress that I made on some products that I have been trying to use up. And also, I did hit pan on one blush and one powder. So, I was so proud that I hit pan on a blush because I have never hit pan on a blush. So, I thought that that was just an accomplishment in itself, that I didn't really care what else I hit pan on. So, we're going to talk about all the products that I actually used up. But like I said, I didn't use up any foundations. I also didn't use up any primers, but I am pretty close at using up 2 primers and 2 setting sprays. But let's talk about concealers first. So I did use up 3 concealers this past 6 months since my last update. So I think that's pretty good. The first one is one that I go through all the time, and this one is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, and I have the shade 110 Fair. This is like my most used concealer in my collection. I also went through about 3 or 4 Maybelline Fit Me's, around 3 Wet n Wild's Photo Focus concealers, but this is the other one that I use up all the time. This is like my all-time favorite drugstore concealer, and I used up another one, and I also repurchased another one, and it's sitting in my drawer, and I'll show you guys this one, but I am working on another one, and it's right here. I'm already like a quarter of the way through it, but you guys see that I constantly repurchase this. I love this concealer, so I did use up an entire one. So that is the first product. Then I also used up this one, which I also love, and I'm probably going to repurchase this at some point, is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I also used up one of these. This one is pretty much completely dried up, and every time I try to use it, it really is not enough for me to get a full use out of it, or even cover up my under eyes. So, and as you can see, you can see all the way down to the end that I pretty much used the whole thing up. So yeah, so this is the shade Fair Warm, and again, I absolutely love this concealer. It's very similar in consistency to the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I think that's why I love it so much. But yeah, as soon as e.l.f. said that they were coming out with a hydrating version of the Camo Concealer, I picked this up and I fell in love with it. It's a beautiful concealer. Really, really good one. So that's the second concealer. And then the last one, which I actually have used up once before, and I was actually kind of surprised. Sorry, there's like lettuce in my mouth. I did just have dinner and I flossed, but somehow I missed some. Sorry. This one I used up way faster than I did the first time I had it. I did use up an entire one of this concealer before, and I just used it up again like a month ago. And this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer, and I have the shade 110 Nude Ivory. So I did also use up this guy. This is one of my favorite concealers as well, and I might repurchase this too, but it's completely used up, and like nothing comes out on the applicator. I don't feel anything coming out of the tube. So yeah, and I can pretty much see all the way down to the bottom. So I love this concealer. Again, super creamy consistency. One of my favorite drugstore concealers as well. This is like in my top 4 besides the L'Oreal Infallible. I'm actually working on my second one of this one as well. So I have repurchased both of these around the same time, and I use this one up a little faster. I don't think this one is close yet, but it's getting there. But this one I think definitely has more products than the Milani one does, because but I use these ones a ton. I love both of these. This one is beautiful, and I kind of already missed this one in my collection as I'm talking about it again. But I did use up 3 concealers. And then I did also use up, I didn't use up too many products, to be honest, but I did use up ones that I was really concentrating on using up, but I use these up all the time. So I also did use up the 2 brow gels that I use every single day, which is the e.l.f. Wow Brow and the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. I used up the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I believe this was my second one that I used up, and this one's in the shade Natural Brown. I have another one in my drawer. I love this, but I do find that I feel like this dries out relatively quickly, and I feel like that's why I use it up so fast. Like I said, I've repurchased my 3rd one, but it is only $4. But if you guys have any other drugstore recommendations for brow products, please let me know. I'm thinking about trying the NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Mascara because I've heard a lot of great things about that. So I might purchase that over this one after I use up the next one that I'm working on. Because this is also very tiny as well. And if I get the NYX one, I feel like I won't have to repurchase it for a while because it's way bigger. But I really love this, and I love how it makes my brows look. I just feel like it gets dried out after like only a couple of months. I mean, I feel like I still get pretty good use out of it, but I feel like it's only like good for like the first couple of months, and then I feel like it kind of gets drier in consistency. So I kind of want to find something a little bit better, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I really love this. So I use that up all the time. And I think this is my second clear brow gel from Colourpop that I've used up, because this is the only clear brow gel I purchased. I really like their clear brow gel. I like that it feels very hydrating in the brows, when most brow products just feel like, you know, very hard and like glue-like. This just feels like water, honestly, and it sets my brows really, really nicely. So that's why I really like this, and I constantly repurchase it. So I love this brow gel. Okay, and then another Colourpop product that I used up completely, and then I have another one, is the Colourpop Dewdrop Lip Oil. You guys know I absolutely love this. I use it up constantly. This is the brow gel, the lip oil that I use to hydrate my lips every time I do my makeup. I put this on before I do my makeup every time. And I think I've been through like 3 of these. I have another backup sitting, waiting to be used, because I'm actually working on this Colourpop Skinny Dip Luxe Lip Oil. I think this one is almost done as well. Even though it looks like there's quite a bit of product left, it like is hard to get on the applicator, but I feel like if I just scrape the sides, I'll probably be able to get more use out of it. But I've been wanting to use up this one first before I crack open my next one of the Dewdrop one. So yeah, you guys know I love this. So I used up another one of those. I think, again, that's my 3rd one. And then the eyeshadow that I used up was actually not Colourpop. It's by Makeup Geek. And this is my like oldest brow bone highlight in my collection. This is the shade Vanilla Bean from Makeup Geek. And I used up the entire pan. Finally, I've been working on this for so long. It is really crazy how much products are in single eyeshadows, or in like eyeshadow in general. I mean, I have so many freaking eyeshadows in my collection, but the fact that it took me like this long to use up an eyeshadow that I use every single day is crazy. So I finally used this guy up, and I'm excited and ready to move on, but it was definitely a beautiful brow bone highlight for my fair skin tone. So if you guys need a good brow bone highlight, this one is a great one. So I used up an entire one of that. And then as far as the other eyeshadows go in my singles palette, I need to put a new one in here. I don't know why I haven't. I'm working on Colourpop's Hear Me Out, which is also another brow bone highlight. And I'm also working on the shade Firefly. So I usually just combine these two together. It's actually really hard for me to get product out of them because I'm like literally like scraping the sides, but I still use them every single day to put on my brow bone because they're like the two fairest shades for me to use. I don't typically use the shades in palettes unless they're like super white, but these work great, so I'm going to just continue to work on them. I'll see if I can hit or use more a Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek, but that one is definitely the one I'm the closest to using up as well. And then I have significant dips in all of these shades, so hopefully I'll be able to hit pan on some of them this year, but there's no rush. But this palette I pretty much use every day, but it's mostly just for my brow bone highlight, or if I don't have like a light enough inner corner highlight in the palette that I'm using. So that's really all the products that I used up completely. Again, that's not too many. And then the only other one is the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. All the mascaras I'm going to talk about are all just mascaras that dried out. I didn't really technically use them up. I just bought so many mascaras last year that they ended up drying out on me. But I still used these a ton. They just ended up being too old and I have to get rid of them at this point. But you guys know I use this up constantly, so I just used up another one of my daily lash primer. I absolutely love this. So we're just going to get rid of that. And then as far as mascaras go, I do have quite a bit of mascaras to show you guys that I'm going to move out of my collection. So I have about 5 here. I'm just going to run through them really quickly. I repurchase this one constantly. I have it sitting in front of me. This is the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. Absolutely love this mascara. This is my second one I've been through. And again, it was just getting too old and dried out at this point. Like there's stuff like building up on the sides. And it also doesn't, I mean, it smells fine, but I just noticed that it was getting dried out. So I just used up that. And again, the backup is sitting right here, right next to me. I absolutely love it. Then also the Bite Beauty Upswing mascara. I love this mascara, you guys. This is such a good one. But this one I think I've had for a good year. I stopped using it after like August or September, but I had it for a good 6 months before I stopped using it. But this has been sitting in my bag since like August or September. I just haven't shared that I'm getting rid of it because it's old now, but because I think I bought it like last February, but I absolutely love that mascara. And then the next one, which I really don't want to get rid of because it was expensive, and I probably am not going to purchase too many mascaras this year. I mean, I've gotten a couple, but I'm probably not going to purchase another mascara for a while. This is the Gucci mascara in black, of course. I absolutely love this mascara. I'm probably going to have way more mascaras very soon. But I just don't want to get rid of them yet, and I have to figure out when I actually bought them. But I'm probably going to get rid of a lot more mascaras because basically the ones that I use are next to me, sitting in my little tray that I use. But this was great. Absolutely loved it. It really just, I loved the way it made my lashes look, but I'm probably not going to repurchase this because it's like a $34 mascara, but really, really nice. If you were interested in trying it, I really, really liked this. It was one of my favorites that I tried last year. And then these two I actually have repurchased, and I actually just repurchased another one of these today. So the first one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag. I might not repurchase this again for a while, or I might just want to try new mascaras at this point, because after the second time I had repurchased this, I liked it, but I really didn't love it as much as the next one I'm going to talk about that I just repurchased today. I really like this one, but as far as ones I would repurchase, I would much rather repurchase the next one, but it was still really, really good. So I liked that one. But you guys know my all-time favorite mascara is the Urban Decay Lash Freak. I absolutely love this mascara. I was missing it in my collection, so I decided to pick it up today along with a couple of other things that went on sale for Urban Decay. And I also used some rewards, cashback rewards that I get from my credit card to get some money off of this as well. So I got $10 off the whole purchase. And I also bought most of the things from Urban Decay that were on sale for half price. So I decided to pick up a backup of this because I absolutely love it. It's one of my most used mascaras ever, and I love the length and volume it gives my lashes. I just love this mascara. So some people either love this mascara or hate it. I'm just the one that absolutely loves it. So yeah, I love that mascara. And then the next one, which I don't think I actually had for too long in my collection. I think I only had it like 3 or 4 months. But I already noticed that it's like not smelling that great. And honestly, it kind of turns me off to using it still. I like it, but I prefer the Patrick Ta one over this one now. I don't think it performs as well anymore either. And this is the Rare Beauty Black Mascara. I really like this, but I think I'm ready to move on. And I think it's already kind of dried out at this point. But it really doesn't smell good anymore, so I really just don't want to use it. Because again, it's just like, it shouldn't have went bad this quickly. I think I've only had it since like September. So I'm going to get rid of it because I just don't need it anymore. And also because like, I actually just purchased the Pat McGrath mascara and I'm wearing that today. So I'd much rather just use that and I just repurchased the Urban Decay. So I don't need this mascara anymore. But it was a really, really good one while it lasted. And that's pretty much it for everything that I used up completely. Mascaras I use up easily. And then I'm just going to tell you guys 4 products that I'm still working on, but I'm literally going to be done with them really, really soon. The one I'm probably going to be finished with by like Sunday or Monday is the Milk Hydra Grip Set and Refresh Spray from Milk Makeup. You guys know this is my absolute favorite setting spray ever. And I actually just picked up a backup of this today as well because I've been waiting for Sephora to restock it. And they restocked it online and they restocked it in the store. So I picked this up with the other things that I purchased in the store today. And I absolutely love this setting spray. It is so hydrating on the skin. So I had to repurchase it and I just love it. So I went ahead and picked up a backup of that. And then the other one is the No Filter. Wait, hold on. The Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrolonic Acid Face Mist. You guys know how much I love this too. I'm probably not going to repurchase this though because I actually just purchased a new Colourpop setting spray to my collection that I've never tried before. And it's the Do It one from Fourth Ray Beauty. This one is great though, but I'd rather use something that's unscented. I really like this, but it does have a very strong coconut scent to it, and I can find that can kind of irritate my skin just a little bit. I'm not saying it's not a great setting spray, but I'm trying to use a lot less more scented products on my face because it can irritate or break out your skin. This doesn't really break me out. I just feel like it's a little bit itchy if my face already feels itchy after I put my face makeup on, but that could be just the foundation, obviously. But I still really love this. It's super hydrating and I do recommend it, but I think I'd rather use something that's unscented. So, and then and then the 2 primers that I'm working on is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. You guys know I used up the entire mini version of this, and as you guys can see, I'm making really great progress on the primer. On the full size, I mean, I basically only have like not even a quarter left, and you guys know this is like my holy grail face primer. I absolutely love it. So I love the face primer and I love the setting spray. And then the last primer is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hydrolonic Acid Primer. This one, I don't know. It's starting to really liquefy and separate a lot, but I'm just going to use it up because it doesn't irritate my skin when I use it. It just looks like oily, but it feels really nice on the skin still. It's just like separating in the bottle, but when I shake it up, like it's fine. So like I usually just shake it up and then that, kind of sets it again so then I can, use it. I just feel like I have to shake it up like every time and then it feels fine on my face. So I really, really like this, but I'm probably not going to repurchase it because I'll just work on using up the NYX Marshmallow Primer, which I don't know how much is left in here. right now because it doesn't have see-through packaging, but you guys know how much I love this primer. But that's it as far as primers. And then things that other things that I hit pan on, and I'm going to show you guys progress that I made in my other two powders, but I just wanted to show you guys the things that I was most excited to hit pan on. So the first one is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder. Face and Body Powder No Powder in the shade Zero Neutral. And I actually hit pan on this, I think the first week of January actually, or maybe the last week of December. I can't remember which, but I was so close to hitting pan on it at the end of December, so I'm probably just going to count it for December, and I don't think you guys care, but so I have been using it quite a bit. You know, I use this as my setting powder for every day for work, and I pretty much hit pan in this area, and I hit a really good substantial amount of pan in the powder, so I was really excited about that. Hopefully I'll be able to use it up completely this year, but we'll see, because I'm still trying to use up this other pressed powder that I'll show you in a second. But I absolutely love this powder. It just looks so beautiful on the skin. And this is my current pressed powder in my collection, because you guys know I don't really buy powders too much. And then the other powder is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder. I've been working on this for a pretty long time, but this is my progress that I made in it. But I might honestly get rid of this because it's really not smelling that great anymore. I mean, you can't really smell it now, but I have had this for a couple of years at this point. And I don't know about you guys, but it takes me forever to use up something. Like, I don't know how some of these YouTubers use up things so quickly, or like things like, yeah, I go through these all the time. I'm just like, and I use this to set my entire face, but it still takes me forever to get through it. But I've been working on this for a long time. Hopefully I'll be able to use it up within the next couple of months. That's what I'm hoping. But I use this every time I don't work. So hopefully I'll be able to use it up soon. And then the other powder is the Flower Light Illusion Perfecting Powder in this shade Porcelain L1. This is the progress that I made in this guy. Not too much more, but I think it used to be just this part that was panned, and then I kind of expanded it a little bit more. So hopefully I'll be able to use this guy up too. I mostly use the Dior powder to set my face, but I'm probably going to start using this more on the days that I don't work, just so I can work on it, because again, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the Wet n Wild one, so I'll probably just end up working on this one in its place. I didn't not make any progress on the e.l.f. HD powder, because this loose powder I've been using in its place, and I'm making really great progress on this. And this is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder, and as you guys can see, I've used up almost 3/4 of this guy, and I use this again every day that I don't work, and I think I will not have any problems using this up within the next couple of months because I use it all the time, and I really love this. So I'm glad that I'm pretty close on hitting pan on that. And then the blush that I have been trying to hit pan on for so long in my collection, I probably have goaled myself like every time that I do a project pan or products I want to hit pan on in 2021, that I finally hit pan on in my collection, is the Nars blush in the shade Madly. And when I hit pan on this, I literally was like floored. So I finally hit pan on this part right here, as you guys can see. But I cannot believe I finally hit pan on a blush. So I'm really, really happy about that. Like I said, after I hit pan on this, I literally did not care about anything else I hit pan on this year, because I thought that that was just so exciting. So I hit pan on that, and I'm really, really excited about that. Okay, and then just one product, two more products that I'm going to just show you guys my progress on them, that I'm going to continue to work on. Honestly, there's really nothing else I'm going to goal myself to hit pan on, because I go through concealers relatively easily, and mascaras I never goal myself to hit pan on. And like I said, besides the eyeshadows that I showed you guys, I'm not going to goal myself to hit pan on any eyeshadows, really goal myself to finish off any foundations or tinted moisturizers except for these two that I'm showing you guys. And I'm not going to goal myself to hit pan on any blushes or highlighters. I'm mostly just going to let it happen organically this year and not really like pressure myself to hit pan on things. I'm just going to try and use up things that I've been trying to use up for a while. So these are the two foundations and tinted moisturizers that I've been working on since my last update. So I really want to use up my Pretty Fresh Hydrolonic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. I think I'm going to be getting there very, very soon. As you guys can see, I'm almost completely used up with this guy. I am probably not going to repurchase it because I purchased quite a few tinted moisturizers last year because there was a lot of tinted moisturizers that came out last year. I'm sorry if my like eyeshadow looks like it's sticking out. I did redo it before dinner and now I feel like it's kind of like sticking out after dinner and I don't know why it's doing that. But I tried to fix it after I came home from work. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't care. So, but I love this guy. I have the shade Fair 2W. I love how this makes my skin look. It's so lightweight and beautiful on the skin. So, hopefully, I'll be able to use it up within the next couple of months. And then the other one that I'm going to try and use up very soon is the Bite Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. I feel like I've had this longer in my collection than this guy. I don't know if I purchased this in 2021, like spring 2021, or like December of 2020, or like winter of 2020. I'm not really sure. So I have the shade L10. I absolutely love this foundation as well. It looks so beautiful on the skin. I also love the scent of it. There's a lot of people that don't like this foundation, but I love how it looks on my skin. So I'm going to try and hit pan and use it up in my collection. But yeah, I didn't use up any foundations this time. I also did purchase quite a few tinted moisturizers and foundations. So hopefully I can use these guys up very soon. And then the only other powder I'm going to goal myself to use up is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection powder, because this is the only powder I use to set my under eyes and everything for work. So I think that will be pretty easy for me to use up. And then the last product that I'm just going to call it quits. It really doesn't perform the way it should anymore, and I think I've used this enough to just qualify it as a finishing product because I have tried to use this up for so long and I've used up pretty much almost all of it, and that is the Marc Jacobs Instamark Dreamer Filter. I've had this for a good 4 years or more, and you guys can see it's pretty much donezo. So honestly, when I try to use it, it doesn't really have the same type of pigment that it should. And I think I did a pretty dang good job on trying to use this up completely. This is pretty much the only bronzer / contour setting powder type of ordeal that I've used up completely. I have used up a couple of pressed powders myself, but as far as like bronzer and contour products, this is the only one I've ever used up. But this took me a really long time. So yeah, I'm just going to get rid of this finally because I have the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm just going to work on this bronzer from Marc Jacobs. I've been wearing this a lot lately. I think it's going to take me a long time to hit pan on this, but there are a couple of bronzers. I'm going to try and work on the Gucci bronzer as well and the Dior bronzer, but again, it's just going to happen organically. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about all of the skincare that I used up in 2021. We're just going to speed through this because these are all products that I use up constantly, and I'm not really going to explain all of them. I'm just going to run through them because they're just products that I use all the time. So I used up both of my cleansing oils that I use up. I went through a whole nother one of the Fourth Ray Beauty BFD cleansing oils. I absolutely love this. I always use cleansing oil to take off my makeup, so I actually repurchased another one and I'm almost done with that one, and I reordered another one that is on its way. I absolutely love this cleansing oil, so I used up another one of those, and then this has been sitting in my bathroom for a while, and I finally just decided to put it in my bag like a couple weeks ago, and I used this up the first time that I used this up before I started using the BFD cleansing oil. Now that's the only one I use, but this used to be my cleansing oil of choice because it's literally like the only one I could find in the drugstore. But since I fell in love with the Colourpop one so much, I don't repurchase this anymore. But I've been through countless bottles of these. That used to be my cleansing oil I would use every day. Okay, then I also went through another one of my Olay Hendrickson Truth Juice Daily Cleansers. You guys know how much I love this. It's my daily cleanser that I use day and night to take off my makeup and to wash my face in the morning. I use it to double cleanse at night with the facial oil, and you guys know I absolutely love that. Then I also used up another, I don't know if I used up more than one bottle of this in here, but so far the only bottle I see is this one here, and this is the Sephora CHL toner, and this is the Gentle pH Balancing Toner. I actually started repurchasing another toner that I like more than this one. This one kind of irritated my skin a little bit, so I stopped repurchasing this and I started repurchasing the Belief one. And I liked this, but again, I just decided to move on from it. So, and then as far as my micellar water goes, I see two here. I don't know how I dropped that. This is the Simple Micellar Cleansing Water. I used up two of them. This is my favorite eye makeup remover. I only use micellar water to take off my eye makeup. And I've been through countless bottles of these. I have another one in my bathroom, but yeah, I used up two more of those. And then as far as makeup wipes go, I have a lot in here. I don't really use makeup wipes to take off my makeup. I use them to take off swatches and to take off my lipstick. Like if I need to take off a liquid lipstick, I'll like wipe it on my lips. Or I'll use micellar water to wipe it off. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs of the micellar cleansing wipes from Simple. You guys know that these are my absolute favorite makeup wipes. I try to cut down on the makeup wipes, but honestly, these are the only things that get off the swatches off of my hands. Like I try and use the micellar water more, but 6 packs in, I think, almost a year isn't too bad. I really do try and keep my purchasing of these down because I don't want to be so wasteful for the environment. But we recycle so much in this house that, you know, if I use makeup wipes or tissues or cotton pads, it's not like the end of the universe. So I used up 6 of those. And then I also did find another bottle of the Sephora toner, so that one I did use up again. And then I also have 1, 2, there might be only 2 of these in here, which I'm kind of surprised. I have 2 of the Sephora solid soaps that I use to clean my beauty blenders and to clean my makeup brushes. This is the only brush cleaner that I use. I might start purchasing the e.l.f. one because I heard that's a really good one and it's really cheap. I just can never find it in stores, so I'm probably just going to order a couple of things from e.l.f. from Ulta. But you guys know I go through this all the time, so I just went through 2 more of those. And then I do have quite a bit of moisturizers. The first one is the Cerave Skin Renewing Night Cream. You guys know I absolutely love this night cream from the drugstore. It's a great one. If you guys want to get something that's actually probably more expensive than the one that I currently bought from Sephora from the Inky List, that one's like, I think $10, and this one is almost $20. So the Inky List one is a little bit cheaper than this one, so I'm probably going to stop buying this and just buy the Inky List one because I absolutely love that one. I haven't hauled it yet, but I absolutely love it. You guys don't know which one it is yet, but this one's great. I've been through countless ones of these, at least 3 or 4, so I did use up another one of those. And then I also used up the Olay Hendrickson Truth C-Rush Brightening Gel Cream. I really, really liked this for my morning moisturizer. And I would use this with the, I don't have to take off the top. You guys can see it's empty. And I would use this with the Super Goop for my SPF after I used this for my moisturizer, because this doesn't have SPF in it. But it's kind of an expensive combo, so that's why I kind of just bought my Cerave SPF moisturizer again, which I absolutely love. And that's always been like my moisturizer of choice for the daytime because of the SPF in it, and I just absolutely love it. But this is really, really nice on the skin. I really like the vitamin C that's in here, but since I use the Olay Hendrickson vitamin C serum, and I always use a the vitamin C cleanser, and then I always use a vitamin C serum after that, I don't necessarily need like all this vitamin C stuff in the morning because the serum does enough for me. But I really, really liked this. It was really nice on the skin. Okay, and then speaking of Olay Hendrickson, I have one of the, is it only one in here? I think it's only one. Sometimes I have multiples of these. And then I have a couple of more moisturizers. So I did also use up one of the Olay Hendrickson Truth Serums. The reason why there's only one is because I'm actually trying to find a cheaper alternative to this. But you guys know I absolutely love this. But Olay Hendrickson did raise their prices, and the price of this guy is now like $52 when the facial cleanser is $28. So that doesn't really hurt as much repurchasing as much as this does, because when I repurchase it, that means I'm spending like $100 within like 6 months. So I'm trying to find something cheaper. I'm currently using up the Fourth Ray Beauty one, but I'm not going to repurchase that because it has like too much stuff in there that I don't want to be using. I just want to use pure vitamin C, and it has like other stuff in there that's not just vitamin C. So I purchased the Inky List one. I haven't tried it yet because I'm using up the one from Fourth Ray. But I'm hoping that it will be my vitamin C serum to replace this one. So yeah, I love this, but it's just getting too expensive to repurchase. And then as far as other moisturizers go, I have 3. These are mostly sample sizes. I said mostly. I don't know why. The first one is another one of that C-Rush Brightening Gel Cream. This is the sample size. So after I used this up, I loved it so much that I purchased like the set of like the vitamin C, the brightening gel cream, and the night transformation gel. And it was like a great deal. It was like $50 for that set, but then it was like on sale, and then I got it with the 20% off from the VIB sale. Like Olay Hendrickson was like when they get rid of their holiday sets, they put them on such a good deal after Christmas, so I always pick them up then. But this was a sample in, I think with this, and this is the Banana Bright Eye Cream. So I think I got these as a set together. And I ended up loving this so much that I ended up repurchasing this in the set. But I also really, really liked this eye cream, but I'm not going to spend like $30 on this for an eye cream. So I did find a cheaper alternative for eye cream, but I really like both of these. The whole vitamin C line from Olay Hendrickson is so good. But again, it's not cheap. So, okay. And then speaking of eye creams, I did use up 1 or 2. I actually used up 2 eye creams from Inky List. I used up the Caffeine Eye Cream, and I used up the Brightening Eye Cream. Honestly, I don't see a difference in either of these. I honestly feel like the Vitamin C Gel Cream brightens up my under eyes more than these two. But honestly, like, I use an eye cream and then I use concealer that I don't really need something like super brightening. I really liked both of these, but I just end up repurchasing the brightening one because the caffeine one is always out of stock in the store. And honestly, there's, again, not really much of a difference at all between the two. So this is such a good cheaper alternative, and you guys know how much I love the Inky List as a brand. They make great, cheap, affordable skincare from Sephora, and they end up being better than half of the high-end stuff. So, absolutely loved both of these, but it didn't really, like, change my under eyes. They just work. Like, they're hydrating, so that's all I really need for my under eyes. Okay, and then speaking of the Inky List, I think that this is the last product that I used up from them, and this is my Daily Retinol. I repurchased this. I absolutely love it. This is the Inky List Retinol, and this is my every other night retinol, and you guys know how much I absolutely love this. So I just went ahead and repurchased another one, and I'm working on that one in my bathroom, so I absolutely love that. Retinol has changed my skin. And then there's also one more moisturizer here, and that is the Lineage Water Bank Moisture Cream. I got this in the birthday set, and I just used up this guy, like, I didn't start using this, I believe, until, like, December, so it lasted me, like, a good month, and I really, really liked this. But I was reading a lot of reviews on it, and a lot of people said it was super hydrating and really nice on the skin, but they didn't like that it was so fragranced, but it smells so good. Oh, I love the scent of it, but again, I'm really trying to switch to unscented skincare, more so rather than, like, foundations, because sometimes luxury foundations still have a scent to them, but I'm really trying to use as little scented things on my face as possible. But I really liked this. It really helped my skin, but honestly, the one from Inky List I love even more. So I really wanted to purchase this when I used it up. Sorry, my screensaver went on. But I ended up not getting it because it's actually like $30 to $40, and I'm like, I'm not going to repurchase that every single time I use it up. So I just purchased the other one because it's so much cheaper. Okay, and then I actually have one more brightening eye cream from the Inky List, so I also used up another one of those. And then I do have, I guess, just one from The Ordinary, but, oh, this is the serum. So I used up the Ordinary Buffet Multi-Technology Peptide Serum. I really liked this. I might repurchase this at some point, but honestly, I really don't need it right now. But I used this at night on the days that I wasn't using my retinol, and I really, really liked it on the skin. It's basically like a multifunctional serum. So it's just a facial serum, and I really, really liked it. But I'm probably not going to repurchase it anytime soon until I use up my night gel from Olay Hendrickson. Okay, and then a couple of other things that I used up completely. Actually, this is the last thing that I used up completely. And this is the Ulta Beauty Brush and Sponge Cleanser. I use this to spot clean my brushes every day. Then I'm not cleaning my makeup brushes like thoroughly with like a beauty sponge. I use this to clean my eye brushes to clean off the eyeshadow that I used that day. And I love this guy. I have like 4 bottles of those in my cabinet because it's super cheap and easy to use. And that is pretty much it, you guys. I don't think I'm going to go through products that I'm like full on decluttering in this video. Because these are all, this is the last one I actually used up, and this is the Farsali Unicorn Essence. I didn't actually realize this was used up completely. But as you guys can see, it's all the way to the bottom. I really feel like this didn't last me all that long. But also, Farsali is stopping their business. Like, they announced it like a month or 2 ago that they were not making products anymore. So they like blew up after they were on TikTok and everything, and everyone went crazy for this. And it is really nice. It smells like freaking candy. It smells so good. But honestly, I feel like the NYX Marshmallow Primer, you could get the kind of the same effect from it. And this smells like candy too. This is like almost $20 though. So it's not like it's that cheap. But I really, really liked that too. But I don't miss it because I don't need it in my life. And yeah, that is pretty much it, you guys. yeah, I don't know if I'm just going to speed through. Yeah, the video is going to be too long if I include things I'm going to declutter. So I'm just going to save these for another video, or just save it for another products I've used up video. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'm also going to be trying to use up this NYX First Base Primer. And I'm also almost done with my MAC Fix Plus Cucumber Spray in the full size. I use this every day to prep my face before I put primer on. And then I'm almost done with my little sample of, well, my smaller size of the Ulta Beauty Spot brush cleaner thing. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819. I don't know why my lip product is coming off on the sides. I'm tired though. And check out my Poshmark at the same handle at CBW819. And let me know what you guys used up this year. But I didn't want to make this video too long. It's already too long. So yeah, bye.